Let's write down the 5C method. My name starts with C, so it's Chadi. By the way, let me ask you guys a question. Who's getting a kick out of this? Everybody, you guys getting a kick out of this? Okay. So side point. That's how you should be doing your listing presentations. You know, one of my old mentors said, funny is money. You're breaking the ice. You're breaking the state. You're putting people in a place of feeling good. Okay, so you only do that when you get to the third C, and I'm going to share with you guys the third C in a second. So the first C, write down clarity. Clarity. You need 5 C's. These 5 C's, by the way, will create quantum leaps. And I'm not talking about an extra deal a month to your production. I'm talking about a quantum leap. For some of you guys, it could be an extra deal every single week, but you gotta follow this formula, okay? So C stands for clarity. What do I want? Write down the question, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? What do you want? What do you want? You don't got to share with me, but what do you want? What do you want in the area of your business? What do you want in the area of your relationships? What do you want for your health? What do you want for your family? What do you want for your finances? What do you want for your business? What do you want for experiences? What do you want for contribution? You got to have that clarity. If you don't have clarity, then you have confusion. I cannot tell you how many times I have a conversation with someone and I'll say, why do you want to earn $150,000? And basically they just describe like survival. It's like, you figured out how to reach your goal, you're surviving. You gotta get crystal clear. Okay. I put down a quote on my Facebook wall earlier and I said, best quote ever is, if it is to be, it is up to me. But it's because you got to have the why. You got to have the burning desire. So what do you want? And then once you identify what it is that you want, because you've done this before, you've written down the things you want, but you only completed part of the process. You didn't go deep enough. Then you got to write down, why do I want it? Because the why is more important than the what. The why is more important than the what. Why do you want it? And then the third question, is it okay if I don't get it? Is it okay if I don't get it? And if the answer is yes, then scratch it off. If the answer is yes, it's okay for me to not get it, then scratch it off. It's like the person who's got a picture of their Ferrari on their desktop, but doesn't really care if they ever drive a Ferrari or not. They ain't gonna get the Ferrari. Hey, that was me for a long time. I still don't want the Ferrari. So what do you want? Why do you want it? That's what's gonna give you guys the clarity. That's what's gonna give you guys the clarity. Now, when you have clarity, clarity is going to naturally and automatically, my NLP students, it's going to naturally and automatically give you the second C. Write down certainty. Certainty. Like if you think to yourself, like, I don't know where my next deal is coming from, that's called uncertainty. And the reason you have the uncertainty is because you don't have the clarity. You have to believe that who you are is the person who can and will reach the goals you claim you want. You gotta have the belief system. Certainty is belief. Certainty is another way of describing belief. I believe that it doesn't matter what brick wall you put in front of me, I'm gonna knock that sucker down and reach my destination. That's my belief system. Your belief system might be like, if I hear an objection, I give up. then you wonder why you ain't got what you say you want. Okay, you have to believe that who you are is the person who can and will reach the goal you claim you want. So how do we concrete that certainty? How do we concrete it? How do we concrete that certainty? We got to remind ourselves. We got to remind ourselves of why we are doing what it is that we are doing. Everybody here should write a letter to themselves right now, dated for December 31st, 2023. Write yourself a letter. Like you've already identified what you want and why you want it. Why don't you just go into the future and sit down and write a letter to yourself as if it's already happened. An example would be, dear Chadi, just wanted to write to, today's December 31st, 2023, and I just wanted to write you a quick letter and tell you about this magic that I am finally living right now. For the first year ever in my life, I can say I not only reached my goals, I've exceeded them. I'll begin by letting you know that I am writing you this letter sitting in the backyard of my beautiful new home overlooking the ocean in Newport Beach. It feels better than I ever thought it would. And I am not saying this to you to brag to you that I finally did this. I'm saying this to you because I promised you that I was going to do this. And I know that you've been a big supporter of mine. And you would be proud to know that I am now living the dream we envisioned together that I would be living right now. And as far as income, man, I had a goal to earn $300,000 this year. I ended up exceeding that goal by $25,000. And because I am so analytical, I planned out everything that I was going to do with that $300,000. And I was left with an extra $25,000. And I was like, what do I do with that $25,000? So I gave $5,000 to my mama. I gave $5,000 to the church. I gave $5,000 here and $5,000 there and $5,000 there. And something even more magical happened as a result of that. I discovered that the greatest feeling in the world and why I do what I do is because of the emotion it makes me feel to give. Like, do you see what I'm doing? How I am inventing this? Like, that's what you got to do. You got to get crystal clear on what your future is going to look like. And you grab that vision every single day and you read that vision every single day. And here's what we know. It's one big lie. And here's another thing we know. Every liar eventually believes their lies. So you're going to buy into the fact that that's who you are. And then one day, you're going to find yourself tired at 9 o'clock when you used to go to bed at 1 a.m. Because your higher version of yourself is putting you to sleep to wake up early to work on your dreams every single day. Everything's just going to magically begin to pop into place for you. I want that for you, but you got to give it to yourself. Who's going to promise you they're going to do this exercise now? Awesome. That is going to give you the third C. Everyone write down confidence. Confidence. The best drug in the world is confidence. It's the best drug in the world is confidence. That belief, clarity and certainty are the first two steps to more confidence. Buying into your vision is what will give you the confidence along with developing skills of influence, which we are going to be working on. But when you have confidence, what happens when you have confidence is all doubt disappears. There's no more hopeful, wishful thinking. There's inspired action. Because you don't got to think. There's no more question marks. You're not going to think, what if they give me an objection? Who cares? that I have that trust in me that it doesn't matter what I'm going to say, it's going to sound good. Confidence. I think a lot of us here can use a little bit more confidence. So that's the third C. The fourth C. I think we're going to throw in a sixth C today. C4 is contribution. Contribution. Raise your hand if you're a closer. Closers, raise your hand. All right. Some of you guys know it's a trick question, so raise your hand. Okay. You're not a closer, you're a person of contribution. We got to reframe our mind in real estate. A lot of times we've been sold on the old model, which I still believe in. So no judgment against the old model. The old model was ask and you shall receive. The new model is give and you shall receive. Give and you shall receive. You're not a closer, you're a person of contribution. Focus on opening relationships, not closing people. Focus on opening up relationships, not closing people. Who wants to be closed on? I mean, if you're going to close a mama, I might kick your ass because you're going to make her not feel good. Okay? So, be a giver with no expectations. Be a giver with no expectations. You're not right for everybody. Not everybody's right for you. The number one focus should not be you. It's what's in the best interest of the client. It's what's in the best interest of your client. So I want you to practice the following. And I'm not saying that's not who you are. Okay, I'm just saying, I want you to shine the light on these three words that I'm about to give you right now and illuminate it and let it come out of every ounce of you. Write down three words: honesty, sincerity, and genuinity. Being genuine, honest, sincere, and genuine. Because here's what we know. Can you reject that? Be honest, sincere, and genuine, and no one will reject you. It's either people need your services or they don't. Now, talking about being honest, there's two levels of honesty. There's honesty with other people, and then there's honesty with ourselves. I want the highest, biggest focus on being honest with yourself. We will almost do anything to not break a promise that we make to someone else, but we almost always break the promises that we make to ourselves. So here on forward, make less promises to yourself and keep 100% of them. So C4 is contribution, C5 equals commissions. And remember, we said we're going to flip it upside down. Most people, come on, guys, you all know the majority of the conversation, the majority of the time revolves around the commission. How much money you want to make, how much money you're making, how much money you're making, 6%, 5%, 7%, etc. I put down the amount of commissions you receive is a reflection of how clear you are on your why, the belief you have in your dreams, and the confidence you display in the contributions you make. The amount of commissions you receive is a reflection of how clear you are in your why, the belief you have in your dreams, the confidence you display, and the contributions you make. Agree? Raise your hand if you agree. Good. So C number 6, we're throwing C number 6 in right now. It just came out of nowhere.
Chadi, can you please repeat the phrase again? The amount of commissions a reflection?
The amount of commissions you receive is a reflection of how clear you are on your why, the belief you have in your dreams, the confidence you display, and the contributions you make. So just for fun, can I give you guys like C6? Chadi. Spelled with a C, C-H-A-D-I. Okay. And for some of you guys I know are out there right now thinking like, man, this guy said I'm a product of my environment. I want to be in this environment. So for those of you guys, simply go to takemorelistingsnow.com and schedule a one-on-one session with me so we can get you a little bit more clear on how to kick ass in 2023. So that's takemorelistingsnow.com. All right.